Hello viewers, welcome to a new Master video. This time I decided to just, resurrect my old iBook G4. It's been sitting on the shelf for a little while because I wiped the hard drive and wanted to put OS X Leopard on it because I don't really like Tiger all that much and it's not really well supported at all. Even on the PowerPC platform it's pretty limited. So I decided to put Leopard on it. So at first, just gonna show you these discs here. These are official Apple installation discs for OS X 10.5 Leopard. The problem with these is, these are for Intel Macs. These are for the 2006 MacBook. The owner of the CDs didn't tell me that, so I wasted my money on that. I said I needed it for a PowerPC system, and he said, ah, well sure, these are just the regular discs. Because 10.5 Leopard is also a PowerPC distribution, if you want to call it that. So, without further ado, let's just boot the thing up. Impossible to do one-handed. So what I did was, I downloaded an image off of the internet, which was a restore disk image, and not even an install DVD file, which would have been a lot more of a hassle. So I got the image, I put it on a 4 gig flash drive, booted it up, waited for I think about an hour for it to restore, and voila, I've got a fresh install of OS X Leopard 10.5.8, I believe. Yeah, the latest version. Just ran software update and everything's up to date now. So this whole thing is now in working order again. The screen is a bit in shoddy condition, which you can really see now on the camera, which you couldn't really before on the other one. But to be honest, I don't really mind. I mean, this thing is not for daily use. It's just as a hobby to just, screw around with OS X for a little bit. I mean, by all means, it's not fast. It's not well equipped. It's not usable for a lot of tasks aside from basic internet browsing and Office. On the other hand, this makes quite a decent little machine. Just to play some older games and stuff on it, actually, which is quite capable little machine for. It has the Radeon 9200M, which is on its own is a pretty decent chip actually, and only an XGA screen of 1024 by 768. You don't really need more than a 32 meg frame buffer anyway for the older stuff. And as soon as you can get the right meg binaries, it works like a charm, honestly. I tried some stuff under under Tiger, and well, it worked pretty decently after just trying a lot. It's a shame though that Steam doesn't support PowerPC, because I would put Grand Theft Auto Vice City on here, on the older GTA games, because they have a Mac binary on Steam, but they're only for Intel Macs. So here I just put up about this Mac, where it says Mac OS X 10.5.8. On my 1.07 GHz PowerPC G4 processor, 768 megs of RAM. Probably just gonna get a 1 gig stick of DDR RAM and upgrade this thing to the maximum it will take, which is 1.25 gigs. So it has built-in 256 megs, and I just upgraded with a gig, and that's the max. It won't take 2 gig modules, and there's not really a point anyway on only a 1 GHz system. I mean, let's just be honest about that. Alright, here's just system preferences and stuff. But yeah, as you can see, it's all pretty clear. The screen is pretty good as long as it's not just showing the white text. It's really clear, it's really sharp. And I just like the overall look of Leopard a bit more than Tiger. There are not that many big differences aside from the quartz extreme effects and stuff, which are supported and working, I believe. At least it should be. So here on the dock I have just standard applications, Spaces, Microsoft Word, Excel and PowerPoint, and MSN Messenger, which is included for some odd reason. Here's the Camino browser I use. I'm not gonna put that up because that's not really a point. Let's just open Microsoft Word here. This is Microsoft Office 2004 Student and Teacher Edition, so it only comes with Word, PowerPoint, Excel, and I think that's pretty much it, and just some extra programs like Windows Media Player and Windows Messenger. Or, well, I must say the Microsoft Media Player and the Microsoft Messenger. MSN, Microsoft Network Messenger. Yay. Let's just open a blank page in Word. As you can see, this program actually opened up pretty quickly, even though this thing is slow. And I can just type stuff. And see, I typed random. That's what this thing is. You know, the good side about this stuff is that I don't have to use screencasting software to just make a video about this little machine. I will do that in the future, maybe, for some programs on the PowerPC platform. So, you know, what also is a little point about this thing is, people don't hate because I'm using an Apple laptop, okay? It's just some cheap-ass thing that's totally shot, and it's just in pretty poor condition, actually, in retrospect. So, I'm not doing this to be a hipster or an Apple fanboy. I just want to have experienced every platform there is, so I can build on that expertise later on in my field of work, because I'm studying IT management, so I just need some knowledge of all the platforms, and now I have a Mac platform that I can stably work on, because quite frankly my desktop can run OS X, because my hardware is not really supported in there. My notebook can run it because it's AMD. So I have this thing that can natively run OS X Leopard. It's maybe an older version. It's not really a mountain lion exactly, but you know, it's still supported by pretty much all of the software, at least the majority. You just need to find the PowerPC binaries, which are sort of hard to come by these days, but you know, on alt Mac and stuff, you can just old versions for Mac, or what is it? You can find plenty of this software. Here, you see, this is cool. Just see how fast this opens. When I got this thing, it had Office 2008 on it, and it was slow. Yeah, that's something I really want to say about this thing. You know, after I installed this fresh copy of OS X, the system has become so much more responsive. I can even watch YouTube videos in 240p on this thing, on more than 30 frames a second. I couldn't do that on the Tiger. I don't even have updated Flash Player, because it's the latest version that will support PowerPC anyway. So that's just amazing. I mean, everything just works fine right off the bat. Wi-Fi works, Bluetooth 2.0 works. Kyle Fox's keyboard. Okay, that's from the previous owner. Anyway, that's basically all I really want to show you about this little Mac. So, yeah, one thing, this installation of OS X Leopard is actually a light version, so you want to call it. It is the full-blown experience, but they've removed all of the Intel code and have fully optimized this thing for the PowerPC platform. So what they have achieved is, pretty much, they removed all the Intel native code and just took all of it out, so the system doesn't have to load all those files on startup. You only have PowerPC binaries, only PowerPC system files, and only PowerPC kernel extensions, or drivers, so you want to call them. That way, the system runs just more fluently. I've certainly noticed it, even with only 768 megs of RAM, this system is responsive as hell, even with this slow-ass hard drive. Still, I know I'm contradicting myself saying in the beginning of the video this thing is slow. It is slow. A little bit. But it's faster than before. And that's where I want to end this video. As you can see, it still has to be cleaned with rubbing alcohol probably, because with regular cleaning stuff, I'm not going to get it off. So, this is the real end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it somewhat. Don't hate on Macs just because I'm using this little thing here to fool around with. And I thank you for watching.